Welcome to the video demonstration of the digital assignment of the course Software Architecture and Design. My faculty is Dr. S. Sridharanya ma'am. My name is Lauren Arora and my registration number is 20MIS0193. The software design tool that I have chosen is a data flow diagram, also abbreviated as a DFD. So what is actually a data flow diagram? A data flow diagram is a graphical representation of flow of data in an information system. It is capable of depicting incoming data flow, outgoing data flow and stored data, as well as the entities involved with the exchange of data in a particular process. DFDs depict flow of data in the system at various levels of abstraction, like level 0, level 1 and level 2. DFD does not contain any control or branch elements. Like all the best diagrams and charts, a DFD can often visually say things that would be hard to explain in words. And they work for both technical and non-technical audiences, from developer to a CEO. So, levels of DFD. DFDs can have many levels. We'll discuss level 0, level 1 and level 2. Level 0 DFD is also called a context diagram. It is a basic overview of the whole system or process being analyzed or modeled. It's designed to be an at-a-glance view, showing the system as a single high-level process with its relationship to external entities. For level 1 DFD, the level 0 DFD is broken down into more specific level 1 DFD. Level 1 DFD depicts basic modules in the system and flow of data among these modules. For a level 2 DFD, at this level, DFD shows how data flows inside the modules mentioned in level 1. Higher level DFDs can also be constructed like level 3, level 4, and they have a much deeper level of understanding. So we can go on constructing the DFDs until we have reached the level of specification that is required. Now we move on to the components and their symbols that are used in DFDs. First of all, we have external entity. An external entity is an outside system that sends or receives data communicating with the system being diagrammed. It is represented by a rectangle. A process is an actions or activities that are taken on the data and it is represented by a circle. Next, we have a data store. Files or repositories that hold information for later use, such as database table or a membership form. It is represented as shown. Data flow, the route that data takes between the external entities, processes, and data stores. It portrays the interface between the other components and it is shown with the help of arrows. Now, in order to explain DFDs in further detail, we'll take up a case study of a smart vehicle parking management system. So, the increase in city traffic is one of the major effects of population growth, especially in urban areas. Due to this, searching for a vacant parking area during peak hours is time consuming, leads to traffic jams, and results in wastage of fuel. The smart parking application will enable real-time parking availability checking and reservation of parking spaces in advance to reaching a location, thereby providing a hassle-free parking solution for users. It will help regulate traffic by showing users a great number of options of parking spaces in a particular area or location, with facilities to change and cancel booking at any given point of time. Now we move on to level 0 DFD for the previous case study that I have demonstrated. So in case of level 0 DFD, we have shown the entire application as a single process, that is the smart vehicle parking management process. Customer, GPS, owners and managers of parking spaces, apps like Google Maps serve as external entities for our DFD. Here, as we take a look, the customer shares information regarding vehicle and location with our process. Our process shares the request of the customer with the owner and managers of the parking spaces. They return the information of the status of parking space, and the process shares this information further with the customer. The GPS shares data to determine locations and navigation. Apps like Google Maps share data regarding traffic as well as available space. In case of level 1 DFT, we have subdivided our main smart vehicle parking management process into two sub-processes. That is, view and check availability at a location and serve, reserve, change or cancel booking. We can see that how customer will share the information regarding location and vehicle details, and our process has information from GPS and apps like Google Maps regarding locations, navigation, traffic and available space, and the process will return information about the parking space and availability to the customer. For a reserve, change and cancel booking process, the customer will share information regarding location, vehicle and time slot details. The process will convey our request to the owners and managers of parking space. They'll return the status, and our process will return the confirmation of the requested process execution. The owners and managers of parking space will also share data regarding of parking lots, capacity of the parking space, as well as the timings for which these parking spaces are available. Our reserve, cancel and booking process will also share data regarding booking, change and cancellation of slot. Now we move on to the level 2 DFT. Here we can observe that we have further broken down our reserve, change and cancel booking process into two further sub-processes, that is reserve booking process and change or cancel booking process. Here we can see that for the reserve booking process, the customer needs to enter location, vehicle and time slot details, but in case of change or cancel booking process, only the customer needs to enter the changed location and a request to cancel the booking. Our process will convey this information with the owners and managers of parking spaces. On receiving a confirmation, they'll share it with the customer. Similarly, for the reserve booking process, our process will share the request of the customer with the owners and managers. On receiving a confirmation or the status, they'll convey this information to the customer. Data regarding booking of slot is stored by the process into the database. Data regarding cancellation of slot and updation of data regarding change is also stored into the database. So now we have seen how we can efficiently demonstrate the flow of data in any given application, system or a case study with the use of data flow diagrams. Thank you.